But what about the things that drive the value down? In today's video, I'm going to talk about some distinct patterns that I've come across for homes that sit a little bit longer and have lower than average appreciation rates compared to similar areas. And for those of you new here, my name is Danielle. I post videos almost daily about the practical information you need to know when buying and selling in the Houston area. If you're moving to the area and would like assistance, feel free to message me. So as far as area problems go, the number one thing that I see is school district and school rankings. Here in the Houston suburbs, the school districts are a big driving force behind the appreciation of some of our suburbs. And the lower ranking the school or the district is, the lower the appreciation rate is for a particular neighborhood. With over 60 public school districts here in the Houston area, we have such a diverse range of schools when it comes to top performing athletic specialty programs and of course test scores. So the areas with A-rated school districts do appreciate much faster than areas with B or C-rated districts. The second thing that lowers the appreciation rate is a neighborhood that has previously flooded. Even if the house itself did not flood, but parts of the neighborhood did, or if the area is known to have flooding issues or is at risk, the area appreciation is not nearly as high as an area that has yet to flood. Please, as you're relocating here, please keep in mind that Mother Nature is unpredictable, and just because an area is not in a flood zone and has never previously flooded does not mean that it will never flood. Your risk is just a little less. So make sure that you carry flood insurance regardless. Number 3 is the area has entry-level builders or an entry-level developer. This one is a little tough to explain because it's kind of circumstantial, but generally if you buy into a new development that has primarily 1 or 2 entry-level builders, these neighborhoods and homes appreciate a lot slower than neighboring master plan communities or areas that have mid to upper luxury tier builders. Just remember, these neighborhoods are intended for first-time and entry-level buyers, and because of the affordability, a lot of investors also buy into these communities, kind of driving down the value because they become rentals or they sell them for a pretty cheap price. Number 4 is that the home or the neighborhood itself backs a highway or a feeder road, a heavy main road, whatever the case. We all love neighborhoods that have easy access to highways or main feeder roads, but not when the street or neighborhood backs it. If you can see the highway from your front yard or the street, those areas tend to have lower appreciation. Some of these neighborhoods, for example, in Katy, that are directly off of 99, do not appreciate as fast as some of the ones that are just like a mile or 2 in that still have really easy access, but they're not right on top of the freeway. Number 5 is that it is close to commercial. This is really a love-hate because if it's within walking distance or a quick drive, then appreciation for that house is really high. But if the home backs the parking lot or the building of the commercial strip mall, then appreciation is slightly lower. So those seem to be the common problems around the area and neighborhood, but now I want to talk about the actual homes and what seems to lower appreciation as well as make homes sit a little longer compared to similar homes. Number 6 is that the backyard has power lines or some sort of high voltage thing associated with it. If there is a giant electrical pole in the backyard or electrical hanging over the yard, especially out here in the suburbs where it's less common, it definitely has to be a house that has everything else or the buyer wants. Otherwise, it does tend to sit a little bit longer compared to other homes. Number 7 is the home itself has previously flooded. I talked about how if the neighborhood flooded, that alone is enough to deter some people and lower appreciation rates. But if the house itself has flooded, the appreciation is lower because there is a smaller buyer pool of people willing to put their chances on that home. It raises concern of if the proper repair was done, as well as mildew and mold issues. And the biggest question that people have is if it will happen again. So homes that have previously flooded probably have the worst disadvantage here in the suburbs. Number 8 is the sloppy DIY jobs to try to update the home. All right, so we have all seen these homes that are listed on the MLS that look so modern and update and really clean and just have some really cool features. It has a ton of saves, but it's been listed a while and you just can't figure out why. And that is until you go visit it and upon seeing it, the updates in person look completely different. It might look a little sloppy, maybe a little weird, and nothing like the pictures. This happens a lot, and if a home has been listed for a long time and you can't figure out why, it's usually the price, location, or the condition of the home, which includes DIY sloppy jobs. And number 9 is questionable roof. This is a big one here in the Houston area where we have a lot of storms and natural disasters. It's not uncommon to see a lot of issues with roofs here and buyers unwilling to mess with the house if it has a bad roof. This is one of the biggest issues I come across on home inspections, and a lot of issues around the roof. So when you are looking at resale homes here, a lot of people tend to stay away with ones that have roof damage. And number 10, the most obvious, is that it is priced too high. The bottom line is that if you do not price at market value in a market like today, it's going to sit. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe, as it helps the algorithm know this is good information. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.